Hey y'all, it's Vicky. Welcome to Thursday, the 29th of January. And it's 8:01 and it's 21 degrees. Why is it some days there's parking places right there and some days I come in there's none? Does that one have a sign? It doesn't have a sign. Yay! I need to go out today at lunch, so this will be good. Okay, I watched Timmy's videos. They're not worth crap. You know, I mean, I do like it better when he's in Boynton Beach at Teddy's and Jolene's. But, you know, even that can get tiring after a while. And I could see it was going to get tiring pretty fast. Because he's not really doing anything. Now, he took a walk with Jolene. And, you know, he made some male chauvinist comment I saw or heard, whatever. You know, just stuff like that. Just, that's why I don't understand why people can continue to watch him and actually, you know, it has to be they are trolling him. I believe half of those comments that he even gets now is people trolling him. You know, I mean, they can't really mean some of the things they say. And then I saw about the apple pie. Now, I am not being the food police here. This is me being sarcastic. But he is so disrespectful to people who actually try to eat the carnivore diet the way it's supposed to be. Because here he is, I'm carnivore, and he starts eating those chips, and he's eating those apples. And there's nothing wrong with eating apples. Please don't take that I'm saying there is. There's not, if that's what you want to eat. It is a fruit. It is considered healthy. But if he is actually following a carnivore diet, he's not supposed to eat the apples, much less the apples with the brown sugar and all that stuff. And that's the only reason I get on to him about what he eats, is that he just has no respect for anyone. I don't think he even respects himself. Not at all. I tried to make one of those Sora videos last night, AI things, and it was nothing obscene. But yet, they told me that I was trying to make adult-oriented content. I mean, I don't know if it was the way I worded it. All I said was I wanted him to come out of that boat with a pair of boxer shorts on and nothing else. That's it. What's wrong with that? I don't know about that app, y'all. You know, and the other thing too is that, and I don't have time to edit all that. You know, if you're at home and you have the time to do it, that's great. But I'm not going to spend hours when I get home from being on the computer here all day and trying to be nice to everybody, trying to edit a silly AI video so the speech is right. Just not going to do it. Not going to do it. Because you know what? I got better things to do. If I'm desperate enough for money, that bad that I feel I need to do that. And I don't even know how much you make off them things. Probably nothing. I mean, because I'm not going to make $100 this month, so it ain't no big deal. But anyway, like I say, I'll go up here to Belk's and work. I'll go to Kohl's and work. Anyway, it's just the way I feel. I'll go ask if any of the coffee places here around here need help. If I really get desperate for money. Anyway. Somebody said something about why didn't I retire? I don't want to retire. I want to keep working. I want to stay busy. It does me no good to stay home. When I say that I don't want to get up on time, it's just a part of life. You know. Yes, I could have stayed home the other day. Yesterday, I could stay home today. But I don't want to use up vacation to do that. And I am still... I have a work ethic. I feel like that if I'm scheduled to work, I need to be there. I have rarely ever missed a day of work because of sickness. The only time I did was when I had the C thing, and I would have come in then if they'd let me, but they wouldn't let me. And I know I shouldn't have, but I'm just saying that once I got better, felt I was better, I would have come on in. But at that time, they wouldn't let you. You had to take 5 days, no matter what. Anyway, that's just the way I feel. So, we'll move on to something else. The autopsy report came out for Adam the Woo, and just as we had suspected, it was heart disease. Now, what I saw was, and if Ray wants to decipher this, maybe on a members only, I can send her or I can send her the link to where you can look at the report. Anyway, it looked like he had 80% blockage in the artery, and I can't remember, or the part of the heart that's called the Widowmaker. It looks like he had 80% blockage there. And then there was like 40% or something in the other two areas that they mentioned. And, you know, they brought up obesity, and I still say he had never been to the doctor as an adult. They could find no record of him going to the doctor. So he had never, even though he said he was going to go, he never did. All of this, in my opinion, just from what I know from researching on the internet, if he would have been to the doctor, and first of all, they would have found that he had high cholesterol. Now, it would have been up to him to take the medication. Of course, they would have been treating him for high blood pressure. Of course, again, that's up to him, and he would have known. My thing is that with a lot of men, not saying every one of them, but a lot of them, until they have something happen, they don't seriously start thinking about it. Now, I have to make better choices. I know that. But I'll also make bad choices. I'm never going to be this perfect person that eats everything perfect. Just not me. And I don't want to live that way. I like to eat too much. I don't overeat. I never have overeat. I choose quite often the wrong things. But all I'm saying is that, and I'm not trying to preach to myself and not trying to beat myself up. I'm just saying I don't want the comments coming in, well, you need to do this and you need to do that. We're all well aware of what we need to do. You know, it's just what, if you follow through with it, that's all. Anyway, I don't have high cholesterol. I do have high blood pressure, but I've had it all my life. I've took medication most of my life. The only times I didn't was when I felt like I didn't need it. But the minute I felt like it, I know exactly when my blood pressure is high. If you're in tune with your body, you know it. So, anyway, all I'm saying is that he could have probably prevented it, an early death. But we all make choices that, you know, and sometimes it's, as I said, sometimes people just aren't meant to live to be 80, 90. You know, they're just not meant to be for whatever reason. You have to trust the process, and, you know, you can't question it, even though I know everybody wants to. Anyway, I am watching Adam's father do his videos. And he's right now he's taking it back to where him and Adam took a 10-day trip to the different places they had lived. So it's interesting to watch from his perspective versus Adam's. Now, I remember watching Adam's videos, but barely. But anyway, and I think that was where I thought, well, that's a good idea if you lived everywhere. Of course, I've not lived anywhere but here, other than a few years in Charlotte. But anyway, and I go back there every now and then and look at it. So I'm going to go now, y'all. I don't have much else to say. I appreciate all of you watching me. And I hope that you're subscribed. If you're not, please subscribe. This is something that YouTube tells us to do. And I find that I don't say it every day, but I find sometimes I need to say it. So I do appreciate every one of you. Click the thumbs up, like, whatever, and leave me a comment. But if you leave me a comment about food, weight, even though I'm talking on it, I'm not saying food, not food, my weight, or the fact that I look like I'm obese because of my neck, but that doesn't mean anything. Well, I guess it does, but anyway, I'm not 500 pounds like somebody likes to claim. This morning, I was actually down 3 pounds. So anyway, I got to go, y'all. I probably get it back this weekend, but I'm just telling you right now, I'm down 3 pounds, and I'm going to work. I'll shut up. Y'all have a great day. Love you, always, and onward and upward, out with the negative. And I'll talk to y'all later. Love you. Bye.